Welcome to today's Partner Web Conference. Microsoft Dynamics 365 Webinar Series presents Dynamics 365 Overview. Kicking us off today, we have Fabio Arujo, Dynamics SMC Corporate Lead. Fabio, you now have the floor.
Hi, Doug. Thank you. And hello, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon. And thanks so much for joining us for this Dynamics and Business Applications webinar series. As Doug mentioned, I am Fabio Araújo, and I lead the worldwide Dynamics SMC Corporate and Corporate Premier Spaces in Hayden's team. And just a reminder that this presentation and the webinar series will be shared with everybody by the end of, this session by the end of next week. So keep an eye out for that because that's lots of good content. As we get started here, so we saw a great opportunity to share with our partners and our internal sales teams really good knowledge so that we can help better understand how to position our solutions and compete in a business market space. So with this in mind, we created this webinar series with much more of a practical approach rather than just showing you some product features so that you can understand the Dynamics 365 for customer engagement. And as you build your practice or your team's knowledge, and we have also lots of new people coming into the Dynamics business and ecosystem. So this is how we created and designed this with a much more of a practical approach. We started today with Dynamics 365 overview, covering some of the basic information, and then going to the add-ons such as LinkedIn relationship sales. We'll then touch base on demo strategies, kind of basic licensing and pricing information down the road. And as we continue with the series, we also go and raise the complexity of the topics covered so that our partners and our sales teams can certainly understand and leverage the One Microsoft strategy. And for that, we'll be touching on topics such as the Azure integration, services with Azure, extensibility, and lots of analytics and intelligent information and elements from our solutions in business applications. So with that in mind, and without further ado, I would like to invite my friend Renato to take over and start the session.
Thanks, Fabio. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone that joined our sessions from all over the world. This is the first session of a 6-part series that will cover from the very basics of Dynamics 365, its apps and features, to advanced extensibility with Azure. Our main focus here today is for partners, both building a Dynamics 365 practice or even with mature practices, to understand the full potential of Dynamics 365 and how to translate this into business values to address customers' needs, solving real problems through digital transformation, resulting in more business to partners and better results to customers. We will also discuss what makes the Dynamics 365 partners successful, and then go through the customer engagement apps, highlighting some important features to customers. It's also important to mention that this is not an in-depth training, nor a marketing presentation. And for both, we will be providing you guidance on how to be training and access marketing material. But instead, this is something in between, where we are going to focus on those features that we consider super important, but are not always explored during demos and POCs. And we expect with that to make you, our partners or Dynamics 365 sellers, better prepared to beat the competition and seamlessly address your customers' need. All right, so maybe you've already seen this slide a couple of times. However, it's important to make clear what Dynamics 365 is. And it's not only the apps or a CRM or ERP product, but it is a solution that leverages the entire Microsoft stack to deliver productivity, automation, intelligence, mobility, and more. Customer by customer, being a different solution to each customer according to their particular needs. The most important message here is that partners and Dynamics 365 sellers in general must go beyond the product boundaries and design a solution to customers that embrace the power of the One Microsoft and delivers the benefit that only Microsoft can offer. The Dynamics 365 apps are purpose-built business apps with a very comprehensive feature set. Not all customers will need all features at once, and that's pretty much okay. You don't have to sell or implement everything. Instead, you can build your final solution to meet your customers' business needs and expected outcomes. One quick comment here on the marketing app. And we are going to talk more about that at the end of this presentation, about the important role of partners to Dynamics 365. And the marketing app is a very good example of it, where we rely on our partner, Adobe, to provide a very comprehensive marketing solution, fully integrated to the Dynamics 365 platform. There is indeed a public preview of Dynamics 365 marketing app happening right now, and you find the link to it at the end of this deck. But just like Adobe, we have thousands of other partners' solutions built on top of Dynamics 365, and that's fundamental to differentiate our partners and enhance what Dynamics 365 can do. That being said, if you ask me what makes a partner successful, I'll tell you that the most successful partners are those that have deep knowledge and expertise of their customers' industries and segments, and don't limit themselves to one or another Microsoft product, but instead owns the customer relationship, owns the strategy, understands the customer business, and combines everything that Microsoft has to offer to build their own IP and design solutions that customers can relate to and clearly understand the benefit that it can deliver. So for all projects and opportunities, it's important to remember and double check if what we are offering to our customer is purpose-built for them. We will enhance their productivity, provide better insights, and apply additional intelligence to their business processes, and be adaptable in a way that will embrace current customers' business process and support its transformations over time. But also, from the partner's perspective, that the solution being implemented is adaptable enough to become a repeatable partner IP, with potential to be sold to multiple other customers, differentiating the partner, driving more business, and making the partner more competitive in the market. So for us to start learning and understand what are Microsoft Dynamics 365 apps, I'll invite to the floor Barb Bormo. Sorry.
Thanks, Renato. This is Barb. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Excellent. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started with our first application today, and that is Dynamics 365 for Sales. This module really helps to focus on empowering sellers to drive personal engagement. We focus on the following capabilities: actionable insights that empower the seller to take action on insights that are delivered to them in the context of their day. We have relationship management, and that's going to enable the seller to deliver the attentive engagement that today's buyers are demanding. We have our sales productivity tools that automate the sales process through a highly intuitive interface and Microsoft embedded capabilities. And we have our sales performance capabilities that cover onboarding new sellers, account and pipeline analysis, and fund competitions with a focus to increase sales. So since sales is our most common and well-known module, you've probably seen a demo, or actually I'm hoping you guys are using this yourselves. I have screenshots of kind of the standard features that you would see in a demo. In the background, we can see our standard dashboard. On the right-hand side, we see our site map with the sales entities, and we've got our accounts and our contacts, our leads and our opportunities. And in the front, we see an actual opportunity with our business process flow. But we want to really focus on is how can we go deeper than this? What can we do that is going to be a little bit more advanced features that you guys can showcase for your customers to help differentiate ourselves from a Microsoft perspective and a Dynamics perspective and really help these opportunities to move forward? We're going to be going through kind of a lot of features today, and you're still, as a partner and as a sales rep, going to need to do discovery with the customers to kind of determine what features are going to bring the best business value. But really our goal today is to kind of define what some of these features and functionality are and what that business value is, so that you know that. And when you're talking to your customers, because you have that knowledge of their business, you're going to know which features and functionality to pull out to showcase that business value and help that opportunity move forward quickly. So the first thing I have up here is customize the interface. We need to focus on what is important to that customer. So if opportunities are really important, we want to make sure that's front and center when they're coming into the screens. If it's leads or some other item, we want to make sure we know what's important to the customer so that we can keep that available to them right away. We also want to make sure we customize the color scheme and add their customer logo. So then when they're seeing this demo, they're going to see something that looks familiar to them, and it has business value for them right away when they can see what's most important for them. We also want to make sure that we are showcasing our new unified client interface. We've got a great new look and feel with our task flows and our flyouts. We showcase the standard dashboards, but we also want to make sure that you are talking about the integration with Power BI dashboards. I've pulled up a sample here, and you can see it's just a very vibrant dashboard with great information for a manager or a sales rep themselves. These types of dashboards, this integration with Power BI, is something that's going to catch their attention and really make them realize how they could be proactive with that information all in front of them. And the custom learning paths. So there's going to be someone that is within that organization that's going to be responsible for user adoption. These custom learning paths, it's embedded training to help improve that end user adoption. And we want to make sure that you guys are pointing that out to them so that they become aware of this, and then they know that there is something built inside that will really help with that user adoption, because that is going to be key to them. All right, the next thing we're going to move on to is social selling. So social engagement is a part of the Dynamics 365, so it is included, and we want to make sure that you are aware of this and are utilizing it in your demonstrations. The first thing I have up in here is our social analytics screen, and that's going to provide the ability to monitor social media channels and detect sentiment, location insights, volume, authors, search categories, lots of information right up on that dashboard. Now, usually the CEO or the business leader of the company is going to be very interested now in social media and what is trending. Maybe they're going to be checking on how their company is trending in social media, or maybe they're keeping an eye on their competition. But social media is something that's going to be very visible for our end users. The next thing I've pulled up here is Social Center. So the Social Center allows you to actually monitor the actual social posts and route the posts as sales leads based on content or sentiment in the post. And last, I'm pulling up a screenshot of the Social Selling Assistant. This is something that would be used by the salesperson to help filter and monitor the most relevant posts and share that on their social networks. Again, helping with their productivity so that they can get social media out to their contacts in a quick and efficient manner. All right, next we're going to move on to relationship insights and relationship sales. My first screenshot is an opportunity, and inside of that you can see now a new widget that we have that is pulling in information on LinkedIn. This is relationship sales. So right inside of the opportunity, without having to go to another screen, the sales reps can take action on getting new contacts inside of an account. Maybe this opportunity is going south and you need to have some new individuals at that company that are going to help out with the opportunity, get it back on track. You can see here we have Vincent is our contact, and I have a list of several people that I have relationships with that also have a relationship with Vincent. So I can reach out to them and ask for that warm introduction, which we know in today's market, from a sales perspective, it is much easier to get a relationship started if you're being introduced from someone that they actually know. The next thing I'm going to talk about is relationship insights. So this is going to gather intelligence for opportunities so that you can see the health, status, and the relationship trends. I grabbed a screenshot here, which is showing a list of opportunities. And off to the right, we can see a great chart that shows the value of the opportunity by the size of our bubble and the health of the opportunity by the color. So very quickly and easily, I am able to determine which opportunities I should focus my time on. We also have relationship health inside the account record. Inside here, it'll tell me if my relationship is trending up or down, and if that's going to be based on meetings that I've had with the customer, emails that I have sent, emails that they have read. So all of that information is going to help us to determine how that relationship is trending. And the last thing I'm showing is relationship insight cards. If you're using Dynamics today, hopefully you've seen this. It's a little information on what we think is the best next action for you as a sales rep. Maybe reach out to a certain account or follow up on a specific opportunity. But again, just trying to help with that efficiency and get you going in the right direction because we know everyone is very busy, and saving that little bit of time and energy will help out. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is lead scoring and insights. We have a screenshot here of Versium Predict. This allows you to do some lead scoring to build a predictive model and scoring for your leads. And next I have a screenshot of Insights. Insights is going to bring in really deep information to help you research your customer. You can see here I've pulled up LinkedIn as a customer, and there's over 7,000 contacts that I have access to right inside of Dynamics without having go out to another source. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is the Office 365 integration. This, I think, is one of our key features from a differentiation standpoint and something that you should showcase all the time through the top level executives all the way down to the sales reps. We really want to talk about that one Microsoft story that we have deep integration within your sales productivity tools, all the way into Dynamics, all the way out to maybe some services that we're going to host in Azure that are going to pull into Dynamics too. That is something you really want to focus on. But as we go through here, you can see I have a Dynamics data in an Excel online spreadsheet that's embedded inside of Dynamics. Next, I have our app for Outlook. So this is a great tool, again, for the sales reps to really help from a productivity standpoint. A lot of sales reps may hesitate to put information in CRM because they're busy and they don't have time to do it. Maybe they live inside of Outlook like I do. With our Outlook add-in, it's very easy for them to, let's say they receive an email from a customer that something is broken, a printer is broken, and they know that should be forwarded over to support and a case started. If they forward it over to support, there's always a chance that could fall through the cracks. But what they can do with inside of Outlook right now with the add-on is going to be able to change that right into a task, or right into a case, or right into an opportunity if it's a new lead coming in. But no longer will you have to worry about things falling through the cracks, because it's something that they can very easily and quickly do right inside of Outlook without having to switch over to a new application. Again, just really focusing on that productivity. Now I have a screenshot of kind of integrating with SharePoint and viewing of documents inside of Dynamics. We can share and collaborate with non-CRM users too, sharing these in SharePoint or OneDrive. And then an ability to really quickly and easily generate documents. So very easy to use templates to generate sales proposals or orders in just a few clicks. Again, really focusing on that productivity enhancements for the individual sales reps. All right, next we're going to move into collaboration and gamification. So right now I have showing one of our partner portals. And again, remember that with Dynamics 365, you get one portal with it. And this one is I'm showcasing a partner portal. So we're going to pretend that this partner is purchasing Contoso washers and dryers. And so now when they log into this partner portal, they're very easily, they can see the opportunities they have for Contoso. They can see the revenue stream that they have coming in. So a really great collaboration tool for partners using a portal. And then we're going to talk about gamification. This is the ability to kind of add some fun into what might be a mundane task. Maybe the sales manager wants to have a contest to see how many new appointments can be set by the sales reps. We could put that into gamification and then use that to get the teams excited about it, and everyone's going to be checking out the leaderboard and see how they're comparing against their colleagues. And the last couple of features that I want to talk about for sales is going to be mobility, PowerApps, and Flow. From a mobility perspective, we have lots of flavors that our applications will work with, iOS and Android, including Windows, of course, and all of them are intelligent so that they are going to know what type of a device you're on and make sure that the application is showing properly on that screen. Now, PowerApps and Flow are very exciting about these opportunities to work with customers. PowerApps is really a low-code option to work with customers, maybe a line of business or a specific division, and create a mobile application that's going to work specifically for them. Maybe they have one specific task that they have to do, and they want to take away everything else that's in that application to make them much more efficient and work on that task. With PowerApps, we can pull in multiple sources of data. So you could have data from the CRM system. You could have data from the ERP system. You can have data from other areas. You can see I have a Bing map being pulled into this, this PowerApp. But ultimately, what we're seeing is that we know that there is a backlog of applications that needed to be created, but they were not done because they would take 6 to 12 months to create, and we don't have the budget for that. So customers just kind of set that aside. Now with this new low-code option with PowerApps, it's something that could be completed in a very short amount of time and really allow them to transform their business with getting these applications out for them. And Flow is going to be that automation engine that can work inside of PowerApps. It can work inside of Dynamics. It can work inside of Office 365. It's going to allow you to automate some of the tasks. Let's say someone asks in a PowerApp that they're asking for a larger discount than what you have set up to be approved. We can automatically send an approval email out to a manager to kick that process off. So anything from an automation standpoint is really going to be focused on Flow. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to customer service. So customer service really helps us to enable a digital transformation and provide a better experience. And we look at that through 5 key capabilities. Omni-Channel, the ability to have customer service through whatever reach that they want, whether it be email or the phone or chat. We have self-service and communities, again, allowing the customer to go in and look at forums or look for knowledge-based articles. Agent enablement is really giving that customer service rep the ability to see exactly what's happening with that customer so that they can give a really strong customer service experience. Knowledge is going to be based on delivering the right answers at the right time, and service intelligence is really about our interactive dashboards and the deep customer insights that we can give to them. Customer service is going to be a key factor in loyalty based on recent surveys, and loyalty is top of mind for service leaders. So as we look at customer service, this is going to be a very huge market opportunity for us at Microsoft and new partners. So it's something that we really want to have you guys focus on. A lot of times we might see a customer service demo that just kind of focuses on the case and case management. So again, the same thing here. We're going to kind of go through some of the additional features, advanced features we'd like you to learn about so that you have these and are aware of them and can pull them up to add business value to your customer conversations. There are many capabilities that can be highlighted here in the settings for customer service management screen that I have up on there. A few of the advanced options are automatic case creation. Maybe for one customer, a good digital transformation story is going to be just the ability to set up an email support@contoso.com that when anyone emails that, it's going to automatically create a case for them. We could look at routing rules, having that case routed to specific people. We can leverage queues and service level agreements. These are kind of some aspects of the advanced customer service option we'd like you to focus on. We have a screenshot here of our dashboard, the service dashboard. It's going to give you an overview of what's happening from like a service manager's perspective. These are our standard out-of-the-box dashboards, but I also want to call out that we have, just like the integration we have with the sales module, we have great integration with our customer service module. So again, you can build those really fantastic, rich dashboards with Power BI that we want you to showcase and show the customers about those. And then I've pulled up here the new interface that we have for our customer service hub. A very rich and powerful interface. This is going to help you to manage the service center in real time. All right, the next thing I want to move on to is knowledge management. Obviously, we need to have knowledge-based articles created so that our customer service agents have access to them, and that we have are going to open up the ability for the customers to come in and do some self-service. So here I just grabbed a screenshot of a knowledge-based article process flow. So someone will create it and author this, then it'll be reviewed and published. So it's a much more powerful interface for knowledge-based articles with multiple versions and languages. Next, we want to showcase how easy it is to have a knowledge-based article pulled up inside of a case, and quickly and easily you're going to be able, the customer service agents are going to be able to send that out to the customer and then include that in the case so that they know exactly how they solved that. All right, moving into self-service and communities. Again, I have pulled up one of our portals. This is actually the customer service portal. So this would be an opportunity to showcase how customers can come in and do a search. Maybe they want to go out to some of the forums and look for questions that other people have asked similar to that, or post a question and see if the community could help them. Or maybe they're going to just go directly and look for some knowledge-based articles. And when they pull that knowledge-based article up, hopefully that is going to walk them through and get that issue resolved for them right away, no matter what time it is. And this self-service in these communities are really the least expensive option for customer service, and it's going to give great satisfaction to the customer because they're going to be able to solve or try and solve that problem exactly when they want to, and not have to wait to reach out to a customer service rep. Last thing I'm going to talk about is going to be agent enablement with intelligence. So right here I have shown, I have a customer service agent's view, and you can see off to the right we have our integration with CafeX Live Assist, and you can see that someone, Nancy Anderson, was on our portal and decided to click to chat so that she could talk with one of our customer service agents. One thing we can point out here too, we see a lot of is having a bot answer those first couple of questions maybe, and then we could easily have the bot transfer that to a live agent, and then that agent will see all of the chat bots and have a history of what has transpired before it gets transferred over to them. And then next I'm pulling up the Unified Service Desk. This is an interface that is a really strong interface to use from a customer service representative's standpoint. We're going to have a lot of information pulled in for the customer. We're going to see active cases, contact information, giving you that view of what the customer has been doing and what they own. And then we can also even see their customer journey. So we could see what they were doing before they actually opened this case with us. Maybe they were browsing on our website, maybe they're looking at some knowledge base articles, but again, just giving that visibility to the customer service agent to kind of see what happened before they got transferred over to them. Now we are still inside that Unified Service Desk interface, but you can see I have a chat bot on the right-hand side of the screen. Now, as I talked about before, having a chat bot to answer kind of some of those first questions rather than a customer service agent, we also have the ability to use or think about using this chat bot to help the agent and give some intelligence to him. Now we can see here that the chatbot has surfaced up some knowledge base articles to help the agent resolve the question quickly for that customer. We also, on the left-hand side, I wanted to showcase for the customer service agent is just like we have a business process flow for our opportunities, we also have that for the agents so that you can ensure that the agents are following all the steps that they need from a customer service standpoint, so everyone is getting that same customer service story and everything is moving along swiftly. It will also help for new customer service agents that are starting out, making sure that they know the steps that they need to take to solve that case. Taking our intelligent bot agent a little step further, we can see that it has determined that this product is something that's probably going to be returned. So you can see on the right-hand side, it gave us a couple options. It could, it says, do you want to start an RMA process? And maybe that is a link out to, it's going to pull up a different application to start that RMA process. Or do you want to find local return centers? So since we already know where that customer is located, it's very easy for the customer service rep then to direct them to the closest location, the closest store to where they're located to. So again, really striving to deliver that strong customer service experience that all of our customers are looking for today. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Karen to talk about field service.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Barb. Hi, everybody. This is Karen Moen. I'm happy to talk through the field service and the project service automation applications that are part of Dynamics 365 for customer engagement. So Field service. We really have a full end-to-end field service solution with all the capabilities that you see on the screen here: contract management, scheduling, mobility, etc. And we'll touch on a number of these things. These are key capabilities, but we also can provide enhanced features of resource optimization, utilize Azure machine learning and the Internet of Things to enable integration with Azure and really differentiate our solution. So this can help our customers really transform their service business from the traditional break-fix model that can be costly to what we're now calling a never-fail service model. And this is really important for our service org customers because 65% of their incoming service requests actually require a field visit. So this field service component is a big chunk of their business. And only 4% of them can actually solve a service inquiry with a single application. So we've got an end-to-end solution here that can solve that problem. So we have lots of opportunities to help our customers in the services business reduce cost and increase profits. So a key capability of field service is this unified resource schedule board that you see here on the screen. And you can see here it's really a full view for a dispatcher or scheduler to manage all their resources in one place. You can see here there's a list of bookings, of work orders for the day. There's the ability for a dispatcher to drag and drop the existing work orders, all those little boxes on the screen, or new work orders and schedule them very easily. So it really provides drag and drop capability that makes it easy to schedule. And then you can see there on the left-hand side, we've got Bing Maps integration so that a dispatcher can optimize travel times with the routing map that you see there. This board, a scheduler can do manual scheduling, but we also have some assisted and automated scheduling capabilities to really simplify the work that the schedulers do and provide some visual cues to help improve their productivity. The other thing that we have here is if you hover over an individual, we can do some resource management and actually understand the skills for each individual. And what this really will enable a dispatcher to do is understand the resource. Is this the right resource to schedule for this particular work order? So scheduling the right resource at the right time that has the right capabilities. Again, another way to increase efficiency in optimizing the scheduling process. We could take this another step further with resource scheduling optimization, and we can enhance the scheduling by applying intelligence to really optimize that. And the resource scheduling service is actually built on top of Azure machine learning. So it can analyze a number of different data points, and then these advanced capabilities will allow customers to fit more appointments in the day. They can prioritize high-value customer work orders, minimize drive time, send customers their preferred technicians, and automatically schedule work orders and be really, really efficient with it. So this is all automated, a service that is using Azure machine learning. Again, one of those enhanced capabilities that Azure brings to allow for peak optimization of scheduling. That's really important in field service. Of course, we have to have a mobile application for field service. So our mobile apps really run on all mobile platforms. We have both online and offline modes. And techs, you can see the screen here. They can see all of their assigned work orders for the day. They can update the status to traveling, in progress, and completed. So they can this can provide real-time tracking by schedulers. So if I change a work order to traveling, that information is going to be passed back and show up on the schedule board. So we can avoid wasting a lot of times making calls back and forth with status updates. The mobile app can also help maintain consistency of the work that's performed by the field techs. They can have full customer information on their mobile device. They can get step-by-step checklists to walk them through a particular process. And they can even leverage inventory management capabilities to track, real-time information if they're waiting for a part to be delivered, so that they know the part's going to be available. So a lot of capabilities here. Another thing, they can even capture customer signatures right on the mobile device and eliminate the need to carry around paper forms. We do partner with a company called Resco to deliver the Rich Field Service mobile app, but we also offer a Microsoft branded app. And you could use these as is. You could customize them. You could build your own with the Mobile Development SDK, or you can use PowerApps that Barb was talking about to build your own application. The other thing we could do is add intelligence to the mobile app to provide additional value. And one recent example is a partner utilized the Azure Custom Vision API. And they built this into their application so that a tech could take a picture of a part. The picture would then pop up the part number for that particular part, check to see if it's in stock, and then automatically provide repair instructions to the technician. So really automation, using Azure capabilities, using intelligence to really provide some amazing productivity gains for field service techs. Another piece here is something called Glympse, and this is a free add-on that's available in AppSource, and that's what you see here. It's really a SaaS application that's integrated with Dynamics, and it can give customers actual arrival times and the ability to see turn-by-turn progress of a field technician. It's really hard to see it there, but it also can include a technician's photo and maybe their vehicle information. So really, this can eliminate that 4-hour arrival window where we sit and wait for someone to arrive, and really, really increase customer satisfaction because we're not keeping the customer waiting for a long period of time. So a great glimpse is something great to show in a demo and can provide really, really great capabilities for our customers. Another piece of customer satisfaction is doing surveys, and Voice of the Customer gives you the ability to send out a survey for feedback after a field service visit. And Voice of the Customer is available through all of the Dynamics applications, sales, customer service, and field service. But it's really the capability to send that survey, get that data back, and then hopefully make improvements in your service going forward. So it's definitely something to focus on. It's simple, but very impactful for the customer. The last piece for field service is connected field service. And this will allow you to easily integrate with Azure to connect up smart, IoT devices directly to Dynamics. And you can see here, there's a dashboard that's actually monitoring elevators. And these capabilities can really bring to life that never fail service model that I mentioned a little bit earlier. So with this IoT and AI-driven predictive service, you can detect, troubleshoot, and resolve issues remotely. So you can even fix a problem before a customer even knows that they have an issue, and that's pretty powerful. If you can fix the issue remotely, that's fantastic, and you don't have to send someone out in the field. But if you do need to send a field tech out, you can automatically generate that work order and schedule it and send someone out to fix that particular problem. So great capabilities to monitor devices and run through the process for field service. Let's transition here to project service automation, and this is, probably the least known app, in the whole suite of applications. Again, really provides an end-to-end solution for project-based organizations to deliver projects by bringing together sales, planning, the resourcing, delivering, and billing. So the end-to-end process from sales to billing for a particular project is something that can be supported in project service automation. And you see all the capabilities here listed on the screen. There's really a huge opportunity in this for professional or project services project-based organizations, if you consider that the top 20% of project-based businesses deliver 10% better results. And the way they do this is because they have a structured process and kind of a unified system that's a single view of their business. So that's something that project service automation can enable for our customers. As you would expect, and Barb touched on this quite a bit, is that all of our Dynamics applications integrate with the rest of the Microsoft suite. So project service automation is no different. We integrate with Project, Exchange, Office 365, and Power BI, and I'll touch on each of those as we walk through this a little bit more. So I mentioned before that project service automation actually starts with the sales cycle, and it starts with the account manager working on an opportunity for a customer project. From the opportunity, the account manager can create a quote, and that quote will have all of the project-based time and resources needed to complete that particular project. And here on the screen, it's a little bit hard to see, but that quote can actually show the estimated cost, revenue, and the actual profitability for the project. And this opportunity will contain kind of a list of all of the needed resources to complete the work based on a project template. And these templates are very important because they can be built and make it really easy for a salesperson to build a project estimate for the customer based on the common projects that this particular company delivers on a regular basis. Once they've got the opportunity, then it actually can be converted to a customer quote. And at this point, sales can then solicit help from the project delivery team to get input for the quote to further refine it, to make sure it's based on the specific customer requirements. And this collaboration can really provide important profitability analysis in the pre-sales phase. And it's really been shown that this collaboration can help kind of decrease the sales cycle and really make those project quotes to the customer much more accurate. So over time, these estimates can become more accurate because you're capturing all this information in the system. You've got sales and delivery collaborating, and the information you're using is based on real-world projects. The next thing you could do, that project quote can then be available to the customer on the portal. So Barb talked about the partner portal. We also have a customer portal, and you can open that up and make information available to the customers. So I could put the quote out there, and my customer can actually approve and reject it right here. Once the project has kicked off, the customer can see a list of resources that are going to be working on the project within that portal. And then as the project moves forward, they could track progress during the delivery. They could see contract, quote, and even invoice information here. So all of these capabilities with the portal can really provide a differentiated customer experience with project service automation. Customers can use it for both time and materials and fixed fee projects. So there's a lot of flexibility in the system for whatever type of project you need. And if you've ever delivered a project or are familiar with a Gantt chart, that's what you're seeing here on the screen. So this is the screen of a Gantt chart of the project within Dynamics 365. You have other screens that give you visibility to kind of the effort and the cost and the sales for the duration of the project. So lots of profitability and analysis and numbers that you can see all the information about a particular project within the system. Another thing that's very important is that the project can be managed within the Dynamics application, like the previous screens I showed you, but it also can integrate with the full Microsoft Project Client. And that's very important because most project managers are most comfortable with the full client. So you can see a couple of different screens here. There's integration between the two, and there's actually a two-way sync between the information online within Project Service Automation and the full project client. So if I make updates in the full project client, that will update the system on the back end. So great capabilities with this integration. So this is a familiar screen. Unified resource scheduling and the schedule board. It's not just for field service. You can also use it to schedule your projects. Just like you would work orders for field service, you're scheduling your products. Lots of the same capabilities here. The work requirements in a project will kind of drive the availability and give you the capability to assign the right resources, and you can see the skills of the different resources and making sure you're assigning the right people to the right project. So again, giving a project manager or resource manager the ability to see all of their projects and scheduling all in one screen. Another important screen for the project side of things is looking across your whole organization around resource utilization. And this is another screen you can see. I've hovered over this person. I can see their skills, but then at the bottom I can actually see their utilization. And then all of these red, green, yellow boxes here, I could look across the whole organization and say, hey, am I scheduling things evenly? Am I allocating work across my organization? So really, really powerful screen, and really, really something important to show customers if you're doing a demo of project service automation. Office integration, we integrate, project service automation can integrate with Office groups for conversations, documents. Here you see a shared calendar. We have the Exchange integration so that someone can see all of their project bookings within Outlook. Consultants can actually also check off tasks as they're completed to automate kind of time tracking and expense submission for projects. So all of these capabilities really increase productivity across the whole project team and really make that team more effective and hopefully in the end more on-time project completion. Last couple things here are, one, integration. We can integrate with operations or other billing and finance systems on the back end to send bills and invoices. We can create Word templates to send that invoice right to the customer. We can make that invoice available in a portal to the customer, just like the other project information. And then we can, this integration can really help us look at profitability of our projects and really understand the whole picture. So lots of integration capabilities with any back-end systems and, of course, Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. And the last piece is dashboards. So again, just like with sales and customer service, Barb talked about, we've got dashboards that come out of the box that have all the key capabilities that someone wants to look at or key metrics that you want to review when you're managing your projects. So that's what this screen is. And again, we also have Power BI templates that can take that a step further, and specific templates for project service automation for, templates for or dashboards for resource managers, account managers, executives. So really lots of capabilities to do the analytics with Power BI around project service automation. And that's what I have for those two applications. Renato, I'll pass it over to you.
All right, thanks, Karen. Okay, so let's move on and talk a little bit about the Dynamics 365 platform for customer engagement. So I'm not going into detail of every component here in this slide, but what I want to explain is that the Dynamics 365's apps, they were all built on top of the Microsoft platform and stack, and everything that you have here can be leveraged to build your own solution, to create your own IP by extending the existing apps or creating new ones from scratch. So you can leverage PowerApps, Flow, Azure, Cortana Intelligence, all different UIs, Power BI, and everything else that we offer to create your own IP. So keep in mind that you can really go beyond the traditional Dynamics CRM or Dynamics ERP or Dynamics 365 product boundaries to create to create innovation and create IP that will differentiate yourselves as partners to the market. And if you ask me, but how about Dynamics 365 for health or for education or for financial services? Why don't we see here apps with that name? And the reason for that is because Dynamics 365 has a horizontal approach, providing applications that can be used by any company on any segment of any size. And we work with our partners to build the verticalization on top of the platform, the specialization that will provide Dynamics 365 solutions for all these different market segments and customer types. So we provide the apps that you learned during this session, and you can enhance that with productivity from Office 365. Enhance your relationship management with LinkedIn, and on top of all that, add your own IP to specific niche, to specific markets, to specific customer segments. To give some examples of what partners have already done on top of Dynamics, I can mention some CPU queue solutions from Expert Logic to build very complex codes and configurations inside Dynamics, or Health 360 from TriBridge that can monitor patients' health and proactively react if something goes wrong. Contract Lifecycle Management by Aptus that will manage the entire lifecycle of a contract end-to-end on a very intuitive interface. And for example, Dun and Bradstreet solution that will enhance your customer data so you can have better insights on your customer database and act on it. All these solutions are available on App Source, and we have 1,000 other solutions from different partners. I suggest you going to App Source and getting to know what's possible from there. Some very important resource for you to leverage, and we will paste this to the messages panel in a second. Learn, go to trials.dynamics.com, get your trial. All training content are available on Dynamics Learning Portal, the DLP. If you don't have access to DLP right now, be aware that there is a 90-day trial offer for DLP, so you can get your team up to speed with Dynamics. Also, leverage our official YouTube channel. There you find very cool videos about all solutions that we have, all applications, the entire platform, and you can use that on your own presentations and demos. Get to know Dynamics 365 on the Microsoft Partner Network, and if you are willing to try the new marketing app that is on public preview right now, we'll make the link available. Just go there. The important message here is this is a public preview, so we expect you to try it and report back what your thoughts and your findings and your suggestions are on this app. With that, we are completing the first step of our webinar series. We're still going to talk next week about Dynamics 365 add-on, what comes along with Dynamics license, and other things that you can add to Dynamics, how you deliver a sizzling demo to your customers, talk about pricing and licensing, and how to extend Dynamics with Azure. Remember that you can register for all sessions with only one link, so it's pretty easy, and we expect to see you on our upcoming sessions. Also, we have a very good event coming up showcasing Dynamics 365. 2 dates only. Make sure you register if you want to develop your skills, your demo skills for Dynamics 365. With that, I thank you so much for being with us today, and I'll hand back to Doug for some final announcements.
Thank you very much, and we do hope that you found today's information helpful. And if you enjoyed today's web conference or have feedback on how we can provide you with a better event, please let us know by completing our survey. It can be found under the Messages tab and is on a scale of 5 to 1, with 5 being the highest score possible. And this does conclude today's web conference.